Hi there folks, my name's Nova24 and welcome to another little FSX P3D review. So today we're going to be reviewing from Sim720, one of their older releases, but one that I'm grateful I've had a chance to play with, is Echo Golf Kilo Charlie, which is Caernarfon Airport in Wales. Now this fits in beautifully with both default and of course will mate very nicely with Orbix Wales as well, as we've currently got myself blowing along in the background there as well. So once again this week, as I've been doing for quite a few of my airfield reviews of late, we're going to do a quick drive around the airfield and see some of the things that we may not always see from a couple of thousand feet before we go for a quick circuit and flight around the airport. So, as sort of we've kind of six back from Sim720, there's a lot of great detail. Oh, there's a gap in that fence. There's a lot of great detail when it comes to things on the ground. Like for example, this is the actual NDB station, so it's not the generic one that you normally see in FSX or P3D. They've actually custom designed it just for here, so it's actually really kind of cool that we actually get the proper NDB, beacons actually there. They've gone through and modelled not only the airport buildings but also some of the buildings surrounding as well. So there's a farmhouse back across the edge of the just off the edge of the airfield on all sides actually, which is quite well modelled. We've got some of the old derelict type buildings here as well, sort of lacking a bit of roof, but still there. Alright, so we're just going to turn into here. So we're going to go into the car park now. This airport is actually probably most well known for its air museum, as you can see here. So we're just going to stop out the front of that. So this is the Caernarfon Air Museum, also known as Air Adventure World, I believe, as well. So this is a volunteer support organisation that's pretty much funded by donations and celebrates the history of aviation in Wales, particularly sort of its association with the Royal Air Force, because RAF Valley is not too far from here. And as well, this was a location, a staging point for training exercises during the Second World War. And we have a beautiful custom model of a Hawker Hunter T1, which is on display here, which was done by Sim720 just for this scenery, so really, really cool. Again, it's why I like doing this, because I like to show off the attention to detail. Like for example, Caernarfon is home to a microlight school, a normal flight school, maintenance facility, as well as the air museum as well. And a quick look here, and so of course this is the maintenance facility here, so Apache maintenance, they're there. And you see we've got all this beautiful detail here. We've got the complete with a little tower there dating back to the old RAF days. So previously when it was part of the Royal Air Force, it was a Royal Air Force station, it was Landrock, RAF Landrock, and originally was cited as a place for fighters to be based should the German invasion come from the Irish Sea, had the Irish come in onto the wrong side of the war, as it were. So yeah, there was originally sites for that, but by the time it was commissioned, that threat of course has subsided. So it was commissioned as a gunnery and navigation training school as well. So it's going to shoot out here back onto the road. So I want to drive down this part here, because I want to show you something before we cross onto the tarmac and show you some of the details here. So let's speed this up a bit. Of course, by the way, folks, we are once again in P3D version 2.5, by the way, this week for reviewing this video, and this scenery is available for both P3D and for FSX and for Steam Edition. It's going through an airport fence here, don't mind me, folks. This is one of the cool little things that they've added on as well, and I just want to show this off because this is kind of cool. So there's actually, a full-fledged sort of like park and sort of facilities here as well. So it's really cool to actually see it right down to the we've got the swimming pool there, we've got the caravans, the sort of mobile homes. So it's known as the Caernarfon Air Park, funnily enough, this one, so you can actually sort of stay and camp here, or we've got powered sites already here as well. And the fact that they actually modelled this in here as well, that's, again, it's this cool little attention to detail that I'm really loving, that I really appreciate about Sim720 and the excellent work that they do. So yeah, like this is pretty cool. Got a little you could even like hitch it, get one of those like Unimogs for FSX and P3D and hitch it up to one of these caravans maybe. That'd be an interesting expansion pack. Anyway, alright, enough of that. Let's get out of here. Okay. Have my driving skills got any better, viewers? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Alright, now we're going to break a couple of rules here. We're going to just plow through an airport fence, I think, because there's a couple of things that I really, really want to show off. Right. Okay. Nope. Yep. Okay. So I want to show this off. Now, this is pretty cool. So one of the history, it does have an airport fire unit here, and you know, a lot of us who've been to real airfields will know, and we've seen, the airport fire crews do a lot of training and stuff like that. Now, as I alluded to earlier, this used to be an RAF base and things like that. One of the things it used to do, or used to stage, was some of the RAF rescue, and is actually the home, the originating founding airfield of the RAF mountain rescue team. So that's pretty cool. It's got a pretty cool history there for that one as well. But they've actually modelled this part as well. So this is the part where the fire crews train. Right down to the fact that they've modelled the old Whirlwind helicopter that they actually use as part of their fire training. Like, that's cool, like, honestly, the only time I've ever seen anything else like model like this was in FSDG's Ayers Rock X, and that was pretty cool as well, with their little mock aeroplane made of drums and stuff like that. So this was really cool to see, and this nice little find. They can practice with car crashes and stuff like that. So you know what? Again, it's this beautiful little attention to detail that I'm really appreciating, and I really love this. And best of all, it like the frames are just beautiful on it. They really, really are. Like, no frame rate issues, like, at all. So that's really cool. Alright, so we're going to go back down. We're going to go back to the flight line. We'll have a look at some of the other little things that have been included in here, and then we will park and swap over to our aircraft of the day. Alright. So we'll shoot down back here. Now, interestingly enough, this airfield originally had 3 runways. However, only one is currently licensed. The one is completely disused, mainly because it has those 2 whopping great big wind turbines parked on it. As I go off the road slightly, there's 2 whopping great wind turbines parked in the middle of the old disused strip, but they're also very close to the edge of 20. Which means that 20 can only be used on prior arrangement with airport controllers as well. So, yeah, if you want to try your luck, good luck with that one. Do it in a simulator, not in real life. Anyway, so yeah, this is also home to the Wales SE Rescue as well, helicopter rescue for this one as well. So it's completely modelled there. Oh, God, they will try not to take out the lawnmower, the John Deere that's been parked there. We've got fuel bowsers, containers, and we've got this little mobile display that they take with them when they're on going to events and charities and fundraisers and stuff like that. The old Wales Air Ambulance, or the SE Rescue, and it's completely got their operating sheds as well, so little porter sheds, but yeah, that operates where they operate out of, so that's really cool. So if you're planning any sort of medivac missions that you'd like to plan off, this would be a good airport for you to base out of if you're doing it in the beautiful scenery of Wales. Alright, so I'm just going to do a quick roll along here. So as you can see, we've got the beautiful detailed hangars that we come to expect from Sim720. This is one of their earlier products, so not quite as polished as some of the earlier stuff, but still, it's far better than anything I'll be able to do, that's for sure. We've got we've got the restaurant there, complete with a few people enjoying their aeroplane spotting while they sip their lattes. Alright, now we'll go back down here. So yeah, of course, that's the maintenance facility there. We've got Apache maintenance. A couple of nice Cessnas sitting down there, and oh yeah, and this cool little thing as well. Great little bit of advertising for Sim720 right here. One of the Cessnas that's just parked here, just chilling, is GTALC, and you may see this at some of the other Sim720 airports. And of course has the Sim720 logo on there, so that's a cool little Easter egg. Really liking that one, guys. I hope to find more of these Easter eggs in your sceneries as well as we go into the future as well. So, alright, so there we are. Now, what we're going to do is, so we've got upheaval there and all kind of fun stuff. So, alright, what we're going to do is we're going to park here and we're going to swap out to something so we can go for a quick fly around the airport. As we park with those beautiful wind turbines there. Alright. Alrighty folks, so we are back. Now this time we're going to be taking out the Bonanza A36 from P3D default. We're going to take that out for a spin. Going to do a quick circuit around the airport and we can go through, see what it's like in the surrounds, and then we can go around and see what else is going on. Alrighty, so it's a bit cloudy down here in Wales, isn't it? Alright. Now we've got winds 02. Now we're gonna take off on 02, so I can show you the wind turbines and why that particular runway is usually only available for for aircraft that know that they can work with the confines and stuff like that. Very touchy. Displaced threshold here. Funny enough, that's actually for the road and the cars and everything just near it. Alright. Our flaps. Alright. Ready to go. Alright. We go. Beautiful towers there. The old closed runway. Up. So yeah, as I was saying, this is some of the extra buildings as well that are put out here and actually provided to you by Sim720. So it's really great to see that they haven't just put in for just the airport buildings alone. They've actually paid attention to what else is around it, which is really nice to see, and something that I think a lot of developers sometimes miss with the whole sort of reason why we do things and stuff like that, because yes, it is about the aviation and the flying, but it's also about so much more than that. It really is. Flaps up. You can get a nice aerial view now of the full airport. So yeah, interesting enough, between its use as a RAF station and when it was reopened as a civilian airport, it was pretty much returned to grazing, and so there is actually still a lot of cattle around this area and stuff like that. So yeah, you still see evidence of them around, which is nice. I really appreciate the textures that they've gone to and actually sort of merged what they can and actually given a nice feel for the airport. Both in its reality and its surrounds, and just going that extra step with the detail of the surrounds and stuff like that is really nice. There's always bugbears and stuff like that with me. Sometimes I feel that elements of it just could have been a little bit more cleaner in their texturing. Like for example, just these couple of fields here over the back of where the fire station was that we saw before. I just feel that could have been done a bit cleaner. But if this is the most I'm going to grumble about it, then it's still pretty damn awesome. It really is. And as I said, just having the fact that they've actually gone through and actually done the surrounds of the airport as well, and it's not just about the airport itself, but so much more than that. It's about bringing the whole environment to life, and that's something I really appreciate. And I think that for anyone who enjoys flying in these beautiful mountains that have sadly claimed so many pilots' lives, if you want to explore this part of the world, then this is definitely going to be an airport that you want to consider looking into for actually purchasing for yourself. So, yeah. Alright, so pretty much that. So overall, looking at Caernarfon Airport here, I would say, look, it's a very nice piece of kit. It's a very great little starting point for exploring the beauty of Wales. And yeah, if you want a challenge of landing on a strip which has, or it's landing or taking off on a strip that has wind turbines mounted on it, definitely going to be something that you might want to look at. Look, as I said, the quality of it is pretty damn awesome. Really, as I said, it may have been one of Sim720's early works, but I tell you what, they still really set the bar quite high and very impressive. There were some bugbears with it, with some of the, especially conflicting with Orbix Wales. There were a couple of things that did happen with some of the first releases, but I believe they seem to have all been fixed now. There were just some issues with the auto-gen buildings sort of not showing up correctly and sort of showing through the base stuff, but that seems to be fixed now. So overall, I'm going to say that this is a pretty damn awesome airfield to come in, as we come in a bit hot for our landing here. And yeah, I think this is definitely going to be something that you're going to want to consider looking at for your explorations through Wales, and I think we're just going to wave off that landing. Alright folks, well thanks very much for tuning in and watching my little review here of Sim720's Caernarfon Airport. Hope you've enjoyed it. As always, you can don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel here if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And also, if you do want to keep in touch with me and all the things that I'm up to, don't forget you can follow me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.